Hey everybody, it's Jack, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to add shock fluid to your brand new shocks. Now I ordered some 35 weight from Factory Team 2 ounce bottle, and I ordered some Amazon shocks, and you also need a driver to get your shocks off your RC car to put them on, I guess off or on. So first you do is compress your spring on your shock, and this should take off the little boot that holds your spring in place. Super easy. Once you compress the spring, it comes right out. And then you can test your spring rate. See how soft or stiff it is. You can change that out. So now you're left with your actual shock body. So take your cap off. Some caps have bleeders, some don't. This one's cheap Amazon version, so there's no bleeders, just a solid cap. But inside you'll find your piston, and you can always modify your piston as well. Smaller or bigger holes allows for different fluid levels to push through, slower or faster rates. But next, you're going to fill your shock tube halfway up with your fluid. One thing I might add is make sure your shock, your foot, the shaft is all the way out before you open your cap and fill your fluid. You want to make sure you're all the way down so you're not forgetting any part of the bottom. So your next step is going to slowly compress the shock. And in doing so, I don't really rotate in this video, but make sure you twist the shock foot a little bit just to make sure it alleviates any air or anything like that. But you can see how slow I'm going, just making sure the shock fluid actually fills every single part of the body down there once it runs through the pistons. Okay, so you get it all the way up. Instead of going back down with it, I like to do this. I like to put the cap on, just in case there is a little bit of air pocket somewhere that I'm not pulling the shock foot down and it's sucking in air. So I basically like to make sure it's capped, and don't go too tight because it's a small rubber seal that it butts against, so you could smash that seal. But you can see here, I just do a couple strokes just to see how the shock initially feels, and that's another thing too. You can see how much air. I mean, it has little to no air pushback. That's like a test typically do. Usually, sometimes if there's a little bit of air, the foot will actually push back out. But right now, it feels really good. So I'm actually kind of surprised because usually it never happens that easily. So I'm going to take the cap back off and show you guys what the fluid looks like after it gets a little bit of air in it. It starts to turn into like a white, milky color almost when it gets air inside fluid, just like that. I'm going to add some more fluid just because I think it's low. You can change your fluid levels, but I try to stay above anywhere from 3/4 to almost full. But you can change your shock fluid levels, but that's what I recommend. People could tell you otherwise. It's all kind of a personal preference. And I compress the shock back to the top again. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my lid back on. Make sure it's not too tight. You don't want to blow out that seal right away. And I'm going to do a couple more tests. So it actually still feels really good. One of the shocks I had wasn't this easy for some odd reason. Just the way air works, I don't know. But this one literally got no air. Leave a comment down below if you guys ever had a shock like this. Or if it's normal to have a little bit of air. Maybe something's not working correctly, but I mean, it felt fine to me. So I kind of ran it through like it was being run on a car, and it still felt good. So I already topped this one off. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the spring back on. So throwing on the spring is just as easy as taking it off. You just compress the spring, allowing enough room to get the, I don't know what you want to call that, the shock boot or foot back on there. Just like that. Make sure your spring's fully seated on it, by the way, too. In this instance, it was a little bit off, but that's fully seated. And that's pretty much it. You can also adjust your preload, which is the dial up there, but I can go further in depth and stuff like this in another video, but this is just a simple video on how to add fluid to your brand new shock that you may have just ordered, or if you want to flush out your old oil and add some new ones. So that's what it looks like on the truck. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I see you around in my next videos.